guys, I hope you're all doing well today. I'm having a pretty good day myself. There's a lot more sun streaming through the window than there has been the last few days. So I've been feeling a little bit happier today, a little bit more ready to go do some activities. I know it can feel a little bit strange. I'm sure all of us feel strange just sitting at home and trying to keep ourselves busy. This is a fun activity that you can try to maybe boost your confidence a little bit, move around the house a little bit, do something that you wouldn't normally do and get your creativity rolling. So if you're interested, just keep watching. Alright, so our next step is to get a little bit dolled up. I think that this can be really fun, especially now when a lot of the time we might not be getting out of our sweatpants every day. We're just chilling at home a lot, and just putting on some new clothes, maybe putting on a face of makeup, making yourself feel pretty, making yourself feel handsome. It can do a lot for your creativity and just your mood altogether. So that's the first step. Go get yourself all dolled up and ready to be photographed. So now that we've gotten all dolled up, which is an optional step, but in this time of never going out, it's kind of fun to put on some makeup, put on a new outfit, and maybe get some confidence. Personally, I was feeling a little bit down over the last few days, so I wanted to do a kind of really happy and chipper photo shoot. I just dyed my hair pink, and I had these pieces of yellow. I had a yellow jacket and a yellow dress that I'd never worn, so I thought that that would be kind of a fun combo to do for my photo shoot. Alright, so when it comes to picking where you're going to take the photos, figuring out where you have a good light source is your number one step, definitely. This, for example, might be a cool area if the background wasn't a fridge, but you can make that work. Maybe put up a tapestry in the back or something. But anywhere where you have light coming in is going to be a really easy way to achieve nice photos. So I kind of went to where I had a nice window that will maybe let in a little bit of light, but it's a pretty gloomy day and this window does face into an alleyway, so gotta work with what you got. Alright, so next up you're going to want to set up your little area so that it's all pretty and cute and somewhere that you feel like you want to take photos and you can get creative in that space. So I went with something really simple, but my main tip for you here is to try to create depth in your photo, or even to just fake depth in your photo somehow. So when I set up my little area, I was in front of my window, and then I put up two different sets of curtains to kind of add some texture, add some depth, so it looks like there's more hanging in between, in the background basically, more to look at. And then I brought in my big plant and I kind of put it in the foreground a little bit, so there was kind of some depth happening in the image. It wasn't just me against the wall. Another thing to always keep in mind, whenever you are taking a photo, just always try to think about your background, and even just taking a couple steps from your background can make a huge difference in the depth in your photo. To start off with, you can definitely just use your iPhone. You don't even need a camera to take self-portraits, but I'm going to use my DSLR. I'm going to start with my phone though. To get comfortable, you know, test around the angles, see what's working, what's not working. My camera doesn't have like a flip out screen or anything, so the most annoying part of taking self-portraits definitely is framing and figuring out if I'm in focus or not. So if you have the same problem I do, this is how I go about doing that. I kind of just pick a frame I really like. Sometimes I'll put an object there and focus on that object, or I'll just focus on an area that I think I will be in the frame, and then I take a couple photos, look at the photos. If I'm in focus, awesome, I'll just go for rounds and rounds of photos doing different poses and stuff, go back, look through some of them. You'll definitely have a couple favorites, or you'll just hate them all and you'll want to choose a different kind of angle or setup or whatever, but yeah, you'll definitely have to work around with your posing a little bit, like working with whatever angle you're gonna have. And then don't worry too much about like if there's extra space in your frame or you're not framed exactly in the middle, but it's a really cool photo view. You can always crop stuff like afterwards. So yeah, that's what I'm keeping in mind, because definitely I'll look at a photo and be like, this would be beautiful if it wasn't this weird cropping. My other thing is to try to fake movement, or to just create some kind of movement in your image. I find both of these to be a little bit more difficult when you are taking self-portraits, because if you're somebody taking a picture of somebody, you can just so easily move kind of behind something, so there's some depth in the image. You can so easily kind of twist your camera, or get the talent to like move in any kind of way so that there's a little bit of motion happening. But it's a little bit more difficult when you're taking photos of yourself. So what I tried to do to kind of fake a little bit of movement in my image, at some points my camera was on a tripod and I twisted it so it was kind of at a different angle, so that the curtains in the background were kind of sweeping into a different way. The trees were coming in on a different angle. I could kind of twist myself on a different angle, so that later when you look at the image, it's a little bit confusing and you can tell that there's a little bit of movement going on there, and you might not assume that it's a self-portrait. Try out a lot of different angles, so not even literally this angle, but yeah, that works too. It's because the first one is probably not going to be the most flattering. Try out a couple of different lighting sources. First I kind of just tried the window, but my window doesn't let in a whole lot of light. Second of all, the whole upper lights were on before and it was just creating a lot of kind of ugly shadows on my face. So I tried turning that off and just using this huge light source I have in the corner of my room that I don't really want to get into right now. It's my grow box. But that's where all of this glowy light is coming from. So that was a better call, definitely. If you can get away with doing anything without lighting that's coming from above, you'll probably find it's a lot more flattering. I personally find shadows to be very, very cool, very interesting. I love working with different kind of like light patterns and stuff. So if you do achieve some kind of shadows like I did with the light and my branches on my face and stuff like that, personally that's a direction I will always kind of go towards, because I think it adds depth and it adds movement and it adds interest to your photograph. So let's keep going. I've gotten some cool photos so far, but I want to try some new angles and stuff, so let's keep on rolling. I might change my outfit because I'm getting a little bit bored of this one. And my last thing that I want to say is to not be discouraged if your first photo isn't looking amazing. This is kind of the first photo I took, and then this is what I achieved out of working with what I was doing. You're gonna have to move around a lot, do a lot of different angles, get comfortable in front of the camera. Right, next advice: don't get too caught up in any one idea that you're really trying to chase. I started with a kind of sunflower girl, delicate, cutesy vibe, and then I saw all these cool shadows that were happening, and I kind of made my camera go a little bit darker and a little bit more shadowy to play with those shadows. And then I was like, you know what, maybe I'll change my clothes. And then I wore this and I got this, and all of a sudden all the photos are like really cool. So definitely just go with what's working. Don't be afraid to toss out something that you thought would work but maybe isn't working in real life. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it inspired you to get a little creative, do something fun, and I will talk to you later. Bye! Hope everyone's happy and healthy as well.